Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
After a caution-free race 100 last week at Atlanta Speedway, which saw John Andrews get the race victory barely over Eli Bright, we go to Richmond, Virginia for the second short track race on the season and the first night race on the season for the JBL Cup Series. Is race number 7 on the season is the Toyota Owners Fortnite at Richmond Raceway. What's up everyone, it's your boy Racing 97, aka Nathan Stapleton, and welcome to Richmond Raceway in Virginia, the first Wednesday night race of the season and the first night race of the season. Of course, not Atlanta. Homestead was a day to night race, but this is the first pure night race, and we are set for some short track Wednesday night battling here at Richmond. And after what we saw last week with a caution-free Atlanta race, who knows, maybe we might see some bumping and turning here at Richmond. But I'm not alone for this one. I'm joined by the JCT Dory Racing Team, Chase Hales up here in the booth. And Chase, welcome to Richmond.
Yeah, thank you. Obviously, I'm very familiar with this track. I've seen a lot of racing here. I've been to this racetrack in person before. It's a track in NR that's so polarizing, right? Because sometimes you'll have races here where it gets very drawn out, and sometimes we've seen it can be the exact opposite. We've seen caution fests at Richmond before, and all in all, just really looking forward to seeing how this plays out. I think the ratings are going to be they're going to make this racing a little different than Richmond in the past, and it's going to be really interesting to see.
Oh yeah, hopefully the lanes change of what we've seen here at Richmond, because both races last year for Season 4 was a bit wild. Race 1, 5 cautions and had 2 flips, and then the second one, and the chase I believe has 6 cautions, so 11 cautions in total between 2 Richmond races last season. Hopefully that's not the case, but I think the lanes, like you said, will probably hopefully minimize that a little bit. But we are in for a show here tonight at Richmond Raceway. What do you think we will see with the lanes here? Because we've seen it through the first couple of races where maybe the lanes is causing these guys to not have as many crashes, but the racing is still fantastic so far.
Yeah, it's hard to tell what we're going to see. This is obviously the first year doing ratings, and so it's kind of unpredictable. It's because you can't really base it off other series, because other series run different INIs and stuff like that. So I think you're definitely going to see I'm not going to say a lot more passes, but a lot more battles between like 2 to 3 cars compared to sometimes on the starts here we've seen it almost looks like a pack race for a couple laps. So I think you won't quite see that today. I think you'll see a lot more just 2 to 3 car battles, and I think it'll be interesting. I think that bottom line is going to be the preferred line, though, especially coming off the corners where you can kind of force the car up above you to get a little tight and can drive right by them.
Yeah, without a doubt, Vince, I think it's going to be the place really you want to be. And here's the points after the first 6 races of season number 5, and it's been the Legacy Motor Club dominance display so far this season. They have 3 wins through the first 6 races. Joe Witkowski is on top of the point standings with 171 points, 5 points behind is Logan Williams, who has been one of the best drivers outside of Legacy Motor Club so far. Eli Bright, who almost went back to that last week at Atlanta, got second. He's 3rd in points, but 30 points behind. So Witkowski and Williams are really pulling away from this field early on. I don't know, Clifton 4th in point standings, 32 points behind. Skylar Taylor, now the highest rookie, in 5th, 33 points behind. Ace Garcia is in 6th, 34 points behind. Low driver Dale Campbell, the season 4 champion, solid in points so far, 7th in the standings, 39 points behind. 8th is Trey Barlow, still top 10 for him so far, 42 points behind. Brandon Beal, the second strongest car, in 9th, 45 points behind. And the man at the top 10 is the second Spy Motorsports car of Josh Remsen, 46 points behind. And if the chase started today, it would be Andrew Miller, 11 points, and I believe it would be Jordan Edwards, because Charlie Edwards is outside the top 20. He's currently 27th with that race win last week, so it would be the top 12 in points making it into the chase, but we are not even close. Still 10 races left in the regular season. And with that being said, here is the top 10 for the Toyota owners. 400 on the pole is Santi Messi in the number 48. And Skylar Taylor is starting second, a rookie front row here at Richmond. And Abel and Ronnie Dwight in row number 2. Row number 3 is Eli Bright and Wyatt Walker. Row number 4 is Justin Seidel. Front row Motorsports trying to go 2 in a row. And 8th is Logan Miller, second in the point standings. And 9th is his teammate Anthony Hernandez. And running at the top 10 is the number 19 of Ronald Kennington. So, gonna have to see what will happen here at Richmond Raceway. Hopefully all 36 cars will roll off. And looks like we are good. So, 100 laps, 1 scheduled pit stop if this race stays green. Chase is Richmond Raceway. Who do you think will win here tonight?
I've always been one to go for cars that start up front, and I think I picked him before in other races, but I'm going with the 38. Justin Seidel, I think, is going to get it done. Really like, starting up front today. Even with the amount of passing we might see, I have a feeling he'll be able to work his way through front. He's a veteran. He knows how to get it done, and we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, without a doubt, front row trying to go 2 in a row. Here we go, a rookie front row, and it's short track racing, Wednesday night racing here for the JBL Cup Series. And we have green flag racing for the Toyota owners 400 at Richmond Raceway. Great start from Messi. He's going to pull out to a big lead, but here comes the veterans. Abel up to second, followed by Eli Bright and Justin Seidel on the inside lane, and for Skylar Taylor with a great qualifying effort. But this is the thing, Richmond, you do not want to be on that outside lane. And Eli Bright, Lexington Motor Club, is on fire this season, like I said, and Eli Bright's all the way up to second, potentially here.
Yeah, Eli Bright, great start. Man, what a start for the 48, Santi Messi. Fantastic start, already on over a half a second lead. Drivers are trying to make the outside line work, and they're getting a little bit of a run, but it's just not enough to complete any passes right now. Justin
they might be back in the back, and they are.
And they are. The 3 car is around.
No caution though. Well, that sucks for Sierra. Unable was up front, but Marco just got spun. No caution. You guys will see that in the corner of the screen. And then this one's a little bit wide. We might wreck again.
They saved it.
This is the type of chaos that we've seen here at Richmond in the past, but so far, no caution, but we probably should have. What a crazy first 5 laps.
Man, this is chaos. This is not what we thought was going to happen with ratings. The top 3 have checked out, but man, they're on back with the 8 car, all the way back to in the 30s. It's a hornet's nest right now. Battle on for second. Zadel's moving, and the caution is out.
Now we get a caution on that number 6.
Wrecking on the front stretch. That's an interesting place to wreck.
It might have been the last week's sprint John Andrews. He might have got spun. I don't see any damage on the 34 though. Oh, we are wrecking.
Oh, 77 just destroyed the nose.
10th in points, Josh Williamson is totaled.
Oh, that's a killer for points. That's going to drop him outside the top 10 for sure.
Only 5 laps complete, and I don't think too many people will pit. Hamill's gonna pit, but he has. I think
he's damaged.
Yeah. He has damage.
We had a big stack up. There's a lot of cars with nose damage here.
Yeah, the 2, the 77, and obviously the 3. He spun. Might hit the wall a little bit. So, besides the damage cars, no one's gonna pit, and unfortunately, there for the team, Hamill's gonna know and no front bumper for the rest of this one. But luckily, damage does not really matter too much at Richmond. A wild start, as they are still trying to sort things back there. a early caution here, and maybe that can settle these sides down a little bit. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the first caution of the night in the race 7 on the season, and for the Toyota Owners 400. Well, here we go. This was what happened very early on lap 2, lap 3. Off the turn number 2, Eric Marco got into the corner panel slightly of Andy Miller, and that's gonna turn him down the racetrack. Miller's gonna save it, but unfortunately, William Brock is right there, turns to number 3, and William Brock's gonna take a big hit into this inside wall. Boom, right there. Marco's gonna take a little bit of a hit, but not too much damage. For the number 3, have to see if he has engine damage on the restart, but a minor crash, but this is not bring out a caution because it was at the back of the field. So tough break for Marco and Brock here on lap number 2. But this is not what brought the caution, as we will see what really brought the caution right now. Here we go, this is what happened to bring out the first caution of the night, and Josh Williamson tried making it through right through the middle. Joe Witkowski did not give him enough room, and Josh Williamson just got onto the corner panel, caught out what we see with Eric Marco before, and they saved it, but the Williamson could not get off the back bumper. Witkowski got into the outside wall, and this could have been avoided, honestly, but Witkowski came down the racetrack into Trey Butto, and I know where to go for John Andrews as well, but these two don't hit anything, as you see John Andrews just slides on the racetrack, and Butto's just going to slide through the grass. So, luckily for this one, the only person that might have minor damage is Witkowski from tapping the wall, but even him I don't see too much damage. So, a very minor incident, and all 3 cars should be able to stay in contention here at Richmond.
So here it is, Josh Williamson, Joe Witkowski get into each other a little bit. 43 just taps the wall, but right there, Williamson hooks the 43. I don't know if that was like anger or what. Collects Bartow, but look at the 9 of Matthew Burnett missed that wreck. That was incredible stuff to be able to realize what was going on, go through the grass, and get no damage. Fantastic job.
Yeah, fantastic job from that number 9 machine, and then we are not done. Clifton turned the 7, and nowhere to go for the 21, the 77, well not the 21, the 2, the 77. Dale Campbell with damage, Jordan Stout with damage, multiple colors right there. That was coming back to the line. So unfortunately, the first crash, no damage. Second crash, Hamill, Stout, Garcia, the 10-time winner, Ace Garcia and Josh Williamson destroyed. Bad crash for Caleb Rose and Spy Motorsports. And unfortunately, that's going to have some cars with some damage. And with that being said, most of the field stay out, and it'll still be messy when it's back to the green on the restart. And let's get back racing at Richmond Raceway. Welcome back to Richmond Raceway for race 7 of season number 5. And well, the old Richmond is all the way back from last season, and gonna be a wild one if this keeps up. Messi is still the race leader. Eli Blight, Tristan Zidell, and Monaco. BP Ruiz, the number 1 of Owen Miles, Anthony Hernandez. Dylan Matthews in the number 11. Skylar Taylor in the 20, and Ronnie Dwyer rounds out the top 10. And how about Jokers Racing? They've had a struggling stuff, but 3 cars are inside the top 11 here. And back to the restart. Everyone is still running. All 36 cars. Pace car dives onto pit road. And then it will be Messi with third in points. Eli Bright right behind him on the restart. And oh boy, here we go.
Man, not a good restart at all for the 42 there of Eli Bright. That allows Dell to take second. 42 is dropping back like a rock. I don't know if he spun the tires. This time, Messi's not quite pulling away as much, though. Zidell is there on the bumper. Can he make the pass?
Not as good as a restart than what Messi got the first time. It's an issue for Eli Bright in the 42. He has a engine damage.
Oh, man. Was he involved in that stack up?
I don't think he was. He was second, and he has minor engine damage. It might be a cylinder down on that 42 machine. And he's holding up everyone. That's unfortunate for the 42.
And that's a killer. Eli Bright had a fast car. not going to have anything to show for it. That thing is, once you lose a cylinder, you're not going to be able to fix that. So he's going to have to ride around under pace the rest of the day. How about this 6 car? Moving through the field, just kind of, quietly up to third right now. But I'm telling you, the 6, Anthony Hernandez, might have something to say about this thing before it's all said and done.
Yeah, not a bad driver right there. Anthony Hernandez, rookie in the Truck Series last season, winning in both series this season. And he's had to see his teammate be really fast this season, and he's had flashes, but he's having a good one here tonight. Side by side for the race lead, Seidel to the inside of Messi. Messi will lead the first 14 laps, but he's not going to be lap 15. As the veteran Justin Seidel in his second Cup Series season will take the race lead in Front Row Motorsports. Benoit announced Graham, whatever you want to call him, last week. He said that when that 3014 won, that he hoped that would be the first of many, and Front Row Motorsports, so as things stand, might go 2 in a row here this season after a struggling first 5 races. But how about Anthony Hernandez, like you said? He took advantage and up to second now, and we have Ford 1-2.
Anthony Hernandez is flying right now, and I don't know, that car might be built for a long run or something, but obviously we didn't get to see a short run. Maybe it's a short run car, honestly. We didn't really get to see a short run there. Initially, Hernandez is on the bumper of Seidel. That 6 car is flying right now, but can he keep this pace if we do get a long run? Will he have the car to hang on to? If he takes lead here, will he have the car to take or hang on to the lead? Or is that car built strictly for short run?
Might have to wait and see on that. The number 6 of Hernandez does have the second fastest time. Fitzpatrick actually has the fastest time in the number 15 right now. And one thing I would like to mention, that Toyota has not won yet this season. This is obviously the Toyota owners wanted. Would be cool if Toyota can win, but they've not had a good season at all. We do have a Toyota in 5th, 6th, and 8th. Joe Gibbs Racing has showed up here today. This is probably the best race that Joe Gibbs has had so far this season, and great to see. Able to the inside of Messi, and I think the inexperience might be starting to show for Messi. Even though I say that, and Matthews and Skylar Taylor are both rookies as well, but Messi is starting to draw back on that 48, and now here comes Still Matthews to the inside of Aaron Abel, and Toyota and Joe Gibbs Racing have came to play here tonight.
It's not surprising. We see it in real life, too, that Joe GR is good at Richmond. So this is portraying a little bit like real life right now. Dylan Matthews and Aaron Abel. I'll tell you what, Aaron Abel's not doing bad hanging on the outside line. Probably going to lose a spot here, but held on to it side by side for at least a lap. So obviously it's still much better to be on the inside, but the outside, maybe, just maybe, if you trap somebody on the bottom lane, you'd have a chance to hold them off. Messi continues to drop back. That 48 car really struggling right now. And now to the inside, I'll tell you what. The 14 is another car that's been kind of just gradually hanging around. Ryan Durrani. This is going to get really interesting with these Fords. I think they have really good short run speed, but I don't know. The Toyotas might have the long run pace.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting here tonight. It looks like Chevys don't really have the great pace so far tonight. And the Fords might have a short one, and the Toyotas might have a long one, but at the same time, maybe Durrani might have something on this long one. And to think that we are only 24 laps in, we still have a long way to go, and still one pit stop, and with most of these guys staying out, it should be about lap 60 or so still for that one and only round of pit stops. It's like Dell's starting to pull away from Anthony Hernandez. What about lap cars? Oh yeah, lap cars are going to be a factor. Josh Williamson in the 77, Eli Bright with that cylinder going down. Derek Hamill, unfortunately, is off the pace in the number 47. Unfortunately, it's going to be more than just body damage for that 47 here tonight. And this is a short track in Richmond, and it's bound to happen that lap traffic will be a factor at some point.
I'm telling you, Dylan Matthews in that 11 may be the fastest car on the track right now. That 11 is hauling, ripping the outside right now, and still gaining time on Ryan Durrani. This 11 car and the 14 maybe are gonna have fun here in a few laps when they catch the 6 and maybe the 38. The 6 definitely, because Hernandez had a lot of speed quick on the short run, but so far here on this, as the run's portrayed out, it has not been there.
And one thing I would like to mention, there is some tire. It's about a second at the end of the one, so it's not drastic or anything, but it will play into a factor, and I think Seidel is just maintaining his pace and saving some stuff, as Hernandez is falling back a little bit. Maybe he was saving stuff because he gained a little bit last time by, and meanwhile these two of Dwayne and Matthews gained on the top two as well, so have to wait and see. This time by, it stays about the same. Seidel gains a little bit. But right now, Seidel trying to go 2 in a row for front row. Last week was Sean Andrews. This week, it could be Justin Seidel. And, you know, I have to start talking about this. The All-Star race at New Smyrna. If you win here tonight, I believe Seidel did not win last season. He did make the chase, though, in his rookie season, so he's already in. But if you win from now on, before the All-Star race, you're in. So, for a guy like Hernandez, he's a rookie. He's not in the All-Star race, but if he wins here tonight, he will be, and I bet he would love to get into the All-Star race in this rookie season. And what a 3 and 4 that last lap from that number 6.
That was a very good 3 and 4. One thing I'm noticing that, you know, typically you wouldn't see on a short track. You'd see it more on intermediate tracks, but right now, dirty air appears to be playing a factor. You're noticing every time Seidel goes down and runs the same line as Hernandez, the 6 loses time. The 6 kind of has to move up half a lane or down half a lane from Seidel to be able to gain time. See it right there again, a little bit higher than Seidel, and he closes, but if he runs directly in them tire tracks, the 6 car loses time. It's like a bubble. You'd see that at intermediates, but not short tracks. But so far, it's becoming an issue right now for the 6 car.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting if how long that stays into effect. But I think Hernandez might have been saving his tires. He's massively gaining on his number 38 of Justin Seidel, and you know he's also gaining on these top 2 lines. Ronnie has pulled away from that Dylan Matthews back there, so we might have some challenges for Justin Seidel for this race to lead here. And he's gonna gain a little bit, and tell you what, this 6 did have one of the fastest cars on the short one, and he might have saved his stuff for about 10 or so laps and starting to gain. Oh, but I don't know about that time in 3 and 4. Lap traffic's going to play into a factor. There's Eli Bright with a down cylinder. Tough way that for that 42 machine was second before that happened. Now it's going to play into a factor always long. And here we go. First time with lap traffic. How is this going to play into effect?
We're getting ready to find out. We're going to see how nice Eli Bright races these guys. I'll tell you what, Ford is 1, 2, 3. They have brought speed on the short run. They've brought speed on the long run. These Fords are really, really quick here today in Richmond. But you said it. They're closing in on Eli Bright. Obviously, you know, it depends on if Eli moves, but it also depends on where they catch him, because even if he moves out of the way, if they catch him in the middle of the corner, it could really shrink this battle, and it already is. The 6 car is there.
Oh boy. Hernandez is there, only a 10th and a half now between the top 2, but now Hernandez is going to get
a bad spot.
Ooh, that's not really want to be, and Hernandez is going to lose a little bit. He's going to slide up on past Eli Bright, a little bit of a slide job, showing that, hey, I did not really like that, Eli. And Hernandez lost a lot of ground. It was 0.17 last time by with the lap car, and now it's up to half a second. And we are going to deal with that more always long, because he was the same 7 of Josh Crimson. And we also have the 47 as well. Not really too bad off the pace, but you can tell we are already catching up to the back part of the field. And if this thing stays green, that's going to be a factor all race long.
I'll tell you what, when they, you know, they're catching these cars with damage, obviously, and all these mechanical issues, but when they catch the back half of the field, those cars are still up to pace.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to make lapping them very, very difficult. And that will, I mean, I think probably tremendously shrink the lead, unless Seidel has something up his sleeve on navigating through them. But again, it has to stay green, I think, in order for them to catch the back half of the field, because they're still running at a semi-decent pace. Seidel able to work around another lapper there, 77 of Williamson. 6 car, actually going to catch him in a, it's not a bad spot. Yeah, Williamson will let him go, so yeah, didn't really lose much time, didn't gain any time either, though. But right now it's Seidel who's just trying to navigate through lap traffic.
Seidel and Front One Motorsports doing a good job, has dominated ever since that restart, and it's not been easy. He's had to hang on to the race lead from the rookie Anthony Hernandez, but not a bad one so far from that number 6 machine. Of course, RFK, a pretty solid team with Will Parrish as the team owner. Also, you've seen Logan Williams be strong this season. He's not inside the top 10, but when there's not one up, when the 17's not up front, the 6 car is. So great to see that 6 up front. Third, oh my goodness, Williamson's going to block Ronnie Duwani. Third is Duwani. He's not going to be happy with Williamson right there. Dylan Matthews is in 4th. Skylar Taylor is in 5th. Messi, I think he's starting to settle in because he's still in 5th in that number 48 machine. 7th is the number 8 of Aaron Abel. 8th is Nick Lopez in the 54. And how about Fitzy? I mentioned the fact he has fast lap of the night. And he's inside the top 10 now. Great one for his team. And running out of the top 10 is the 31 of Jordan Edwards, and then the 15 of Zachary Fitzwater. And from one Aussie to another is Noel Clifton, the number 99 in 11th. And how about Matthew Burnett, just outside the top 10 in 12th? The number 10, that is Donnie Fallington. As, oh boy, did I just jinx the 23? I did. The 23 just had a tire go down.
Oh man.
Well, the bad luck keeps on piling on for 23-11 racing. I'm so sorry. I mentioned the 23 and the 23 has a tire go down. But that was...
oh, go ahead.
But yeah, that was the top 10, top 15. A lot of Toyotas, but Toyota lost one bullet in that 23 machine.
I want to point something out. If you go back to the 31 car of Jordan Edwards, he's using the high line and making it work. Like, look right here. The 31 has something figured out in 1 and 2 on that high line. He's gaining time on the 54. Jordan Edwards might have found something on that top line. That's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But these long runs, I mean, maybe there's some tire, some rubber being placed up there, allowing them to turn the car a little better.
Yeah, that's a very good point. We saw the 99. My goodness. Burnett's gonna... Oh, not Burnett. There's 3 different Matthews. Matthew Hubert almost got into the 48. And now this is gonna be interesting because he's gonna be on flush tires. And honestly, when he pitted on that 47, that 48. In theory, you can make it on fuel from there. But looking at bad tires for the last 30, 40 laps. I don't know what's gonna happen with this 23 strategy for the rest of this one. But yeah, you mentioned this 31 making the outside look, and there he goes again, maybe a little bit higher than the 54. But yeah, 1 and 2, that second lane does not seem to be as bad as what we thought. And now it's gonna be interesting. And there's Logan Williams in the number 17. I mentioned how he's not inside the top 10. He's close. He's up to 13 from the 17. Here's Joe Witkowski, the point leader, because as things stand, there's Witkowski in 21st. So as things stand, I believe it will be Logan Williams as the point leader going into Rockingham. So Williams still a top 13-1, good for him, and he's still going to be the point leader as things stand. But back up to the front is still Justin Seidel, and we're about to catch up with Eli Bright a second time. This 42 is majorly off the pace.
Yeah, Eli Bright has a cylinder, maybe even 2 cylinders down, honestly, with how slow that car is running. I mean, he's getting, he's a lot slow. I don't even know how much slower of a pace he's running, but it's a lot. But yeah, over a tenth a second. So yeah, that's pretty bad. And so definitely tell right now Zadell kind of just maintaining that gap. These Fords are doing a great job of saving their tires. Durrani has lost a little bit of time, and you see 11 of Dylan Matthews. This field's kind of spread out a little bit. 23's a lap down, so no worries there. But yeah, it's spreading out a little bit, calming down. But it's going to get crazy when they start pitting again. We know how difficult it is to get on pit road at Richmond because it is very, very narrow.
Oh yeah, this is possibly one of the harder pit roads to get onto, and right there. It's not a lot of time to get onto pit road, and we should see pit stops in about 5 to 10 laps. It should be about 55 to 60, but with that caution, maybe they could have saved a couple of laps and they could go a little bit further. And tell you what, this is going to work out perfectly because they were about to catch up with the end of the field. The 21 of Jordan Stout is on pit road. He's a lap down. And John Andrews is on pit road. He is one of the top 15 cars. And here we go. And on lap 57, Skylar Taylor, Messi, and a bunch of cars are on pit road.
Yep, a lot of mid-pack guys are on pit road right now. Just trying to see if they can maybe stop early. And here comes the leader. Justin Seidel is in, but it appears the 6 and the 14 are going to stay out. So Seidel kind of alone here on this stop. This could get very interesting.
It's going to be about 4 laps to go after the cycles, and it's going to be interesting if you want to be the undercut or the overcut, because there is some tire wear about a second. Seidel's going to come in, and I would assume everyone's going to take 4 tires here. Make sure that no funny business happens. This is a tight pit road, and could see contact if we are not careful. But looks like it's going to be a clean stop for this front row motorsports team. Oh, a little bit of a slow stop right there. You might have an issue.
What's going on? The 38's not moving. Seidel has an issue.
I don't know if the trap broke on the 38, but he's not moving.
Justin Seidel, I don't think he can fire the car up.
That's Yeah, Logan Williams is rolling. Right behind him, but Seidel, oh my goodness.
There he goes.
Oh, he just got off pit road.
I gotta wonder, that car might have died on him.
That is interesting. See, the 54 is technically the race leader at the time being. Where is the 54? Oh, the 54 is on pit road. I think.
The 6 is gonna take the lead.
Yeah, I think if it all cycled out already, which it might have. It might be the 6. That is a very unfortunate break for the number 38 of Justin Seidel. Had the race win, possibly. And, oh my goodness!
Oh my gosh!
Owen Miles upside down.
You know, every time I commentate a race with you, somebody ends up upside down.
Just look at the NR2003 Cup Series at Lanier for proof. This happens again, and now this is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be about 35 laps to go, and luckily, I don't think it's gonna mess too a little bit of contact. I don't think it's gonna mess things up too bad. Might have to wait around a couple of people, but luckily that happened towards the end of the pit stops. And tell you what, who did that help out? This 23 of Matthew Hubert. Sure, he's on old tires, but he's back on the lead lap.
Yeah. And honestly, he's probably able to go the distance at this rate. You know, fuel run is 60 laps, right? Mm-hmm. And he pitted lap 50.
He should be good. He's going to have older tires than everyone.
He should be good.
But
he does have older tires by about 10 laps.
Mm-hmm.
But that could be very interesting here. Matthew Hubert, he might have hit the jackpot here.
Me saying his name, pop the tire, boom, caution. He might be in a good spot. Let's go ahead and quickly see what happened to cause the second caution of the night, as I think I will have to fix the lineup. But let's see what happened to bring up the second caution of the night in the Toyota's 400 at Richmond Raceway. Well, here we go. This is what happened to bring up the second caution of the night. All Miles just came off a pit road. And we kind of saw it with the 23 earlier, almost getting to the 48. And, well, All Miles kind of washed up the racetrack into the number 5 of BB Ruiz. And this is a big hit. Welcome to Richmond. This happened last season, not like this, but we've had a flip once again. And, oh my goodness, both cars up in the air. The 5 car on his side, and then the 1 of All Miles is going to tumble in 3 and 4 a couple of times, and actually, I think, get on top of the safe barrier right there. A little bit of catch fence repair, and he's going to land on top of the safe barrier. Tough break for All Miles and BB Ruiz, and Luckily, as you see, the 3 and the 4 drift in turn 4, same bottle. These are the only two cars involved, but it never fails when Chase is in the booth, and it never fails at Richmond. We had 2 flips in the first race last year. Don't know if we had any flips in the second race, but race number 3 at Richmond, and we have a flip once again. Tough way for Owen Miles and BP Perez.
So here comes Owen Miles coming off pit road and just way too hot off pit road, especially next to the 5. And look at that. That is a vicious impact. Both cars airborne. Owen Miles upside down. The 5 actually continued driving. Got off pit road, so the 5 is somehow able to drive. Owen Miles obviously done. But yeah, wow, what a wild ride we've seen at Richmond in the past, though, and once again, I'm in the booth for a car getting on its roof. So if you're in the field next race I commentate, you have a chance. Just letting you know.
Yeah, something about you in the booth that's people like to flip, gonna have to wait and see what happens next time. But that's gonna change things here. We are gonna have a restart. These guys can make it on fuel. We don't have to pit again. It's gonna be a 35-ish dash to the finish, with the rookie Anthony Hernandez out front. Let's get back to the restart in the Toyota Owners 400. Welcome back to Richmond Raceway, and we are gonna have exactly 35 laps to go. I'll have a spot on. And these guys are good on fuel, good on tires, and we have a 35 lap sprint to the finish. The rookie Anthony Hernandez out front. This 23 on 10 lap old tires. Got to see of how much of a difference that's going to make, but that's caution that this 23 of Matthew Hubert won the season. Second, Matthews, Duani, Taylor, Abel, Messi, Andrews now inside the top 10. Lopez and Jordan Edwards rounds out the top 10. Here we go. Back to the restart, 35 laps to go at Richmond Raceway.
3 didn't spin the tires, top 3. Had a good restart there. The one to watch right now is that 23 of Matthew Hubert. He's on older tires.
Oh boy, this is crazy.
3 wide in the back.
Oh yeah, the 78, under caution, he has a fuel system issue, so he might be a little bit under the pace, like...
Oh, he's definitely under the pace.
And we got a caution.
Caution. Yellow is out.
What the heck?
Oh my god. The 77, the 5 again is involved in another airborne wreck, and my pick has been cursed again.
It all started with whatever happened on pit road that set the 38 back in the field, and he's done.
The 77 was on top of the 5 car.
Things are getting wild at Richmond, ladies and gentlemen. We had that nice green flag 1 from about at 15 to 60-ish, and now things are getting wild. You know who that helps though? The 23, because the more we get these caution laps, the better chance he will at getting a good finish with those old tires.
Yeah. 23 is not minding all these cautions right now.
Well, tough night for the 5, tough night for the 38. Also, if something going wrong on pit road, that's been in the back part of the field, and now that 38 is done. Good caution for the 78 to fix that fuel system. But let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the third caution of the night here at Richmond Raceway in the Toyota Owners 400. Here we go. This is what happened for the third caution of the night, and unfortunately, some cars that already had bad nights were involved in this one. Josh Williamson involved in the second crash. Zidell, bad pit stop, and this is why he's in the back of the Eli Bright with a cylinder gone down. And then the 5, he was involved in the last caution. And 3 wide, last second, slide up the racetrack, and gets all 4 of these cars involved. And look at the 77 of Josh Williamson, huge hit, gets uplifted by the 38 and into the catch fence for the 77 of Josh Williamson. And for the second time tonight, we have a flip, and just like the first Richmond race last season, we have multiple flips here at Richmond, and somehow the 77 of Williamson lands on top of the 5 of BP Perez and wins it to catch a wide. But what a wild race this has become, and we still have 30-ish laps to go. Tough night for Williamson, Bright, Woods, and Zidell. Those 4 cars involved here in caution number 3.
So here they come off turn 2. 77. Zagel is back up to speed, but gets caught behind the cylinder. The car is down a cylinder at 42, and look at this. Josh Williamson up in the fence, flips over, and lands on the 5. Josh Williamson not making a lot of friends tonight. He's been involved in some controversy, and yeah, it's just so unfortunate. That's 2 flips within like 5 laps, which is alarming. Let's hope we can avoid that here on this next restart and have a clean race to the end, but it's Richmond.
We've seen it before. Last year had 11 cautions between 2 races. We did have a 45-50 lap point for like 1, but now things are getting wild, and hopefully with some of those slow cars in the back taken out, maybe we can have a nice 30 lap one to the end. Have to see of what Hernandez and Burnett can do on the restart, or not Burnett, Hubert can do on the restart. Let's get back racing with about 30 laps to go at Richmond. Well, after a second flip of the night and a catch fence repair done, we are back here at Richmond, and we will have 28 laps to go in the Toyota owners corner, and things are getting wild. Anthony Hernandez out front, the 23 still in second of Matthew Hubert, Dylan Matthews in third, Skylar Taylor in fourth, Toyota 234, and Abel in fifth. How about John Andrews? We've not really seen him up front all night, and he's trying to go back to back here late in this one. Ronnie Dwayne's been up front all race long in 7th, Messi in 8th, Lopez in 9th, and the number 31 of Jordan Edwards rounds out the top 10. Let's see if we cannot have a flip on this restart. 28 laps to go at Richmond Raceway, and Hernandez will lead us back to the green.
23 spun on that time.
Oh my goodness. How about 3 wide action with
3
3
wide
Toyotas?
per second.
I bet whoever owns Toyota did not like that. Oh my goodness. And it's only 27 laps to go. They are gonna go for it. And how about Toyota? And how about these rookies here tonight? Hernandez, Matthews, and Taylor, all 1, 2, 3, all rookies. But here comes a, I want to say a 5-season veteran of John Andrews. He won the 75th points race. He won the 100 points race last week, and he's trying to go 2 in a row here tonight. And he's up to 4th out of nowhere, about 20 in 5th, and we are back on the caution. Don't know what.
Yeah, Bright.
Oh boy. Yeah, Bright just wants to have tonight. And oh no, the 31, it was inside the top 10.
Oh, that's unfortunate there. Oh, wait, how did he hit?
Oh! Logan Williams might have been involved, and I don't know if he's not happy with the 31. I don't know. Well, short track tempers are starting to flare up here at Richmond.
Caution number 4, I believe.
We're getting up there. Last season, in the first one we had 5, second one we had 6. Even with the rains, we had a nice green flag 1. But now things are getting wild with our 4th caution of the night, and this one might have been the typical Richmond big one from the looks of it. Have to wait and see. Let's go ahead and get to the replay and see what happened to bring out caution number 4 here tonight. Here we go. Well, this is Richmond, and we have some short track tempers. I don't know what Donnie Fallington was doing in the number 10. I don't know if this was intentional or if this was a rookie mistake, but he set up the racetrack, got into the corner panel, and just kept on turning and turning and turning the 31 of Jordan Edwards. And tough way for this 31. Had a great top 10 one all night long. Hits the outside wall, maybe a little bit of contact for Wachowski. Yeah, he might be okay. Ball turns in the middle into the 31. The 19, the 22, the 7, all involved. And then I believe the 17 might be okay. And yeah, he just stops, so There we have it. The Richmond Big One strikes finally and brings out the fourth caution of the night with several silver cars involved and a couple of tough breaks here in the Big One.
They are going down the back stretch right here. Donnie Fawns, this is definitely interesting, to say the least. Wrecks at 31, and then obviously just nowhere to go once that 31 spins down the racetrack after the contact with the wall. And a lot of these cars are probably going to be okay. Just, spins and some minor damage, but obviously that still spun out a lot of them. But yeah, I don't think Jordan Albert's going to be too happy there with Fallington. But yeah, tempers flaring now. It's Richmond, and there was whatever that was.
I don't know why the 17 did that.
Yeah, back to the restart here.
Yeah, very unfortunate, the Big One here at Richmond, but we still have another restart, and things are getting interesting. Hernandez is still controlling this one, but can he keep it for another restart? Let's find out here at Richmond. Welcome back to Richmond Raceway, and the car count of damaged cars has grown. The cars that are officially out are the number 7 of Ace Garcia, Jordan Edwards, Justin Seidel, Josh Williamson, BP Ruiz, Owen Miles, and Zachary Fitzwater are all out of this one. Eli Boy is still one lap down in the number 42 machine. 29 cars on the racetrack, and it's Hernandez, Matthews, Taylor, Andrews, Dwayne the top 5, Messi, Hooper, Abel, Clifton inside the top 10, and Ruiz will round out the top 10. Back to the restart with sadly 20 laps to go here in the Toyota Owens 1, and another great restart from Anthony Hernandez.
Does Joe Gibbs Racing have a plan right now? They're second and third. They might have something up their sleeve to try and pass that 6. That 6 has been on rails all day.
Oh.
34. John Andrews was backwards earlier on in this race, and now has a chance at this win. What a comeback by this 34 team.
Yeah, what a comeback. Andrews had a tough start early on, and now Front Row Motorsports might have a chance to go back-to-back with the same driver from last week. And things are getting wild. You can just tell that these guys are slipping and sliding at this point. But Hernandez is still managing the gap, and I think he was probably the second best car early on, along with the 30 of Seidel, and he could be the one to beat. But watch out for this number 11 of Skylar Taylor. Wait, no, not Skylar Taylor. Dylan Matthews.
Yellow's out.
Oh my goodness. Well, Eli Blythe's finally done. He's had a bad night.
He can finally go home.
And Andrew Miller as well in number 16. We cannot stop looking, can we?
Can't we just have a green flag run?
That's 5 of them now. Ties for the, I guess, quote-unquote, spring race from last season. Luckily, this one was fairly minor between the 16, the 2, and the 42. Let's go ahead and take a look at another replay of what happened for the 5th caution of the night and the 4th one here late. Well, we are going to look at this one time. The 16 had damage, and Bradley Weem might have had a little bit of damage as well, but he got onto the corner panel and just turned Andy Miller into Juan Garcia, Penske, and shambles. And now let's go for Eli Bright. His night can finally end after he's had a tough night with having that cylinder go down and then being involved in a couple of crashes. Tough night for those drivers here at Richmond. And we had a nice long green flag one early on, but ever since pit stops, it has been chaos. Can we have a shootout with 15 laps to go? Let's find out, with Hernandez still as the race leader. Welcome back to Richmond Raceway. A little bit of a wreckfest late in this one, but we will go back going with only 13, maybe make that 12 laps to go here. And who loves all these restarts is this number 6 of Anthony Hernandez. He's still up front. Dylan Matthews in 2nd, Skylar Taylor, John Anders in 4th, Messi back inside the top 5. Nice one for that 48. Ryan DeWine, Noah Clifton, Nick Lopez. But this does strike him from in 9th. Good one for that 24. And Travis Crampton, I know as well. And going to be in the 11th. Some newcomers up towards the front late inside the top 10. But 12 laps to go, and Hernandez is not good as good of a restart this time.
Yeah, Hernandez, the 11, kind of stayed with it. If John Andrews wins this race, we need to start a dialogue, because that would be unbelievable. Man, that was close right there with Messi. But here comes Dylan Matthews looking the inside. Maybe the first car to challenge Anthony Hernandez for that lead since the 6 took it. Man, Hernandez got a bit of a run off the corner, able to hang on for now.
We could have a 3-car battle for this race win if this thing stays green. Hernandez, Matthews, 2 rookies, and then a 5-season veteran of John Andrews, who won last week, trying to go back-to-back and trying to do a massive comeback here at Richmond Raceway. Don't count out this 14 of Wine or Noah Clifton. Where did this 99 come from in the top 5 late? Where did Toyota come from with the 54 and the 45 as well? Oh, to the inside, here comes Wine on the 34. When I said that we had new players up front, I meant it, as we have drivers that we have not seen always on. Oh no!
Oh my god, Hernandez blew a motor!
The race leader! And
they're wrecking!
Oh my
Everyone's spinning!
goodness.
Everyone was sideways in the corner. They all hit oil. Only 2 cars actually went around. Well, wait a minute. That means I think John Andrews has the lead.
Did that just happen?
Oh my gosh.
It did just happen. I've never seen that happen before on the channel.
Anthony Hernandez has to be sick to his stomach right now.
I feel so bad for the 6 team. They could have had, in my opinion, they had this maybe first or second best car all night. Had this thing won and up in smoke. Oh.
Wow.
On the bright side, the car doesn't have any damage. but the engine is toast. Tough play. And tough play for Ned Lopez as well.
I thought we were getting ready to get 20 or 30 cars around in that one. With him blowing that motor in front of the field. Luckily, they all saved it, but man, John Andrews may have just pulled off one of the best comebacks I've ever seen.
He was around early on that Philly first caution. And now, he's in the lead, trying to get back-to-back victories on the season. And we're still going to have a restart here. We're going to have maybe a 3 or 4 lap shootout. Oh my goodness. Caution number 5. Luckily, no damage to anyone, but a heartbreaker for the number 6. Let's take a quick replay of what happened to Anthony Hernandez. Here we go, the shocker of the night. The race leader, Anthony Hernandez, going to turn 1, just blows up. Matthews had nowhere to go, and oh my goodness, the 54 ran into the back of the 11, and that's what sent the 54 around. And like you said, Chase, we were lucky that the whole field didn't pile in right there, because they were 3 wide scattering all over the place. And we were lucky that we didn't crash after the fact. Oh my goodness gracious, but I cannot describe to you the heartbreak that is. I've seen it on Alex's channel once or twice before, out of the 1,000+ races that he's done. But I don't think I've ever seen that happen before here on my channel. That is heartbreak for that number 6 machine. Welcome back. We just came back from commercial break, and the 34 just had a brake failure. So now, the 3 laps to go, it's going to be Noah Clifton, Wine to Wine, and Saint Messi. The poster might be able to steal this one. This is wild. Matthew Burnett, you said that he got through that first caution of the night as well. Here we go, 3 laps to go. Oh my goodness.
Durrani went way wide. Messi is sliding. That's allowing Clifton to pull away. As Noah Clifton about to steal one. Contact for second. Here comes the 9.
The 9 split the gap on the first caution, and he's inside the top 4. Messi from the pole dropped back late. He's driving the wheels off that thing, trying to catch up with Noah Clifton with 1.5 laps to go. This is a wild race. And off turn number 4, white flag is out for Noah Clifton, trying to steal it late at Richmond.
Clifton fires off into 1, a comfortable lead, half a second, but we know no lead is comfortable in this race. He has to make it to the finish. Clifton trying to steal it. He was running about 15th all day, and now he's going to collect a checker flag at Richmond.
Noah Clifton out of nowhere will win the Toyota Almost 400, and that race might be one of the craziest races we've ever seen, but it was actually fun at the same time. 5 cautions, but it had everything. 2 flips, the big one, the race leader blowing up, the 34 of John Anderson, who we thought was going to win, had a brake failure, and we kind of missed it have happened because I simmed it too far, but oh my goodness, what a race here at Richmond. Noah Clifton gets the race win, first win for Trackhouse on the season, and Messi in second. How about Hendrick? 3 cars inside the top 10 out of nowhere with Messi in second, Burnett in third, Dwani in fourth, Crampton in fifth, Witkowski. Where the heck did Witkowski come from? He was 20th all night, and now the point lead is going to get 6th. What?
I don't even know what just happened.
Beal in 7th, Abel, Sustry, and Taylor the top 10. Matthews in 11th, Block, Followington, Monaco, San Vitale, Matthew Hubert in 16th, Wyatt Walker 17th, Logan Williams in 18th. So I thought Logan Williams was going to be the point leader early on in the race. That's going to still be Witkowski, and Witkowski's going to have a big lead over that 17. Lean, Butler, Hamill, who had damage early on, they're still going to get a 21st one before team. With how this race went, that's probably not a bad thing. Tough way for Nick Lopez, the top 10 all night long. Finishes 23rd. Juan Kennington in 24th, last call on the lead lap. Then Juan Garcia, and a heartbreak for John Anders, 1 lap down. Brake failure on a final restart. Could have won this one. And look at all the retirees. Hernandez blew up. And Miller, Bright, Garcia, Edwards, Zidell, Williamson, Wes, Miles, and then Fitzwater blew 8 engine, so that's not accurate of an accident, but oh my goodness. Chase, what the heck did we just see at Richmond?
Don't know. That was hands down, I think, the craziest overall race I've ever commentated. Leaders having problems, cars flipping, big ones. It is insane. I don't even know how to describe that. Noah Clifton steals it. There were like 4 other cars that probably should have won that didn't. That was insane.
Richmond Raceway never disappoints for the wrong reasons. 5 cautions, 6 cautions, and I believe this one had 5 cautions again, but honestly, it wasn't that bad until the end. We only had 1 caution in the first 60 laps or so. So the first 60 laps were good. The last 40, the last 35 were absolutely insane. Boy oh boy, what a race at Richmond. I'm almost lost for words, like I said. Hernandez probably should have won, Zidell probably should have won. Late John Anderson should have won. But Noah Clifton inside the top 5 very, very late. That 99 team was a rocket ship late and was able to steal the win. And you know what? For Lionel and Team Trackhouse, the number 1 mod flipped with 4 miles. But hey, they leave here with Richmond Raceway with the 99 of Noah Clifton getting the race victory in this one, and hopefully next week at Rockingham, first time at Rockingham since I think season 2, is a little bit less chaotic as what we saw here tonight. What a night at Richmond Raceway, and this is definitely going to shake up the points going into Rockingham next week. Oh boy, gonna have to catch my breath there. What a race. Congratulations to Noah Clifton on the race victory. The points that will probably shake up a lot are coming up next. Same with the team points and the Rookie of the Year points. And congratulations to Noah Clifton on the race victory. Thanks for chasing us, for joining me up here in the booth for a wild one. A story of 2 races between the first 60 laps and the last 40. But until Rockingham next week, for the first time since season number 2, I believe, we will see you guys in Rockingham, North Carolina. Bye!